Thank you.
You're welcome.
It does. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas and thanks for calling me back. Me too. Bye-bye. Can you see it? We did. Never played the transfer with anything.
It's pretty tough.
Take the hit.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I mean,
He took a
Yeah, it's up to you.
and Jaden or Jackson. Gene Jackson. Just shy of $40,000 hit on Elm Street. I haven't seen it
Well, you know,
and it hasn't big, and those are big hits. 20s and 30,000.
How long are you guys stop this?
They had it on the market for 5 months. So when he got off, I didn't know it was 20-some thousand. Somebody had it listed at. He said he figured he better take it.
now being 7 o'clock, call the meeting of the Board of Trustees for the Village of Dansville to order. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, first thing up, minutes. I have minutes for the department head meeting of November 13th and the regular meeting of November 20th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A motion from trustee Labar, a second?
Second.
Second from trustee Zay. Any additions, corrections, whatever? Not hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes are approved. And there's no privilege of the floor this evening. I'm not going to go into any detail on this first one. We're still trying to work out some of the bugs with that. I sent out an email to everybody today. I don't know if you had a chance to see it yet. As soon as I have some more information on that, I'll get back to you. And let's see, the next item, comments on hosting the February 9th, 2019 Association Dinner. I understand it's okay with everybody. We go ahead with the Gaslight and see if we can get Senator Young to come and talk to us. And with that, we'll turn it over to committee reports. Village Clerk, Legislative. Right in front of you is or should have the copy of the action items. I don't think there's a whole lot of change with that.
I did update it just because it's been a little while. That's why I did hard copies. I also put it in the share folder. I just deleted a couple items and added a couple items to the list that have been on there, but I don't think they were on our copy that we have been passing around.
Okay.
So let's take a look.
Yeah, see if anybody sees anything on there that raises any eyebrows, questions. Be sure to get with Megan on that and let her know. Otherwise, we'll move right along. Was there much discussion on this labor position at the plant, wastewater treatment plant last week?
Yeah, a little bit. Chris is, I think he's just finishing up his application, or it's been completed. He's the only one that has applied, and the conversation, if I remember correctly, last week was there's the potential of doing a resolution maybe tonight to hire, but it wouldn't be effective until December 26th.
I guess labor would be the wrong item as training position, isn't it?
Yep, it's the training.
Yeah.
For a wastewater treatment plant operator training position. So if the board wanted to do that, you can do that. we did call, we would still need to request the list, but we did call. We know that he's in the top 3
Okay.
within the county, and he's the only one of our employees as far as promoting within,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Okay. Well, I guess while we're on that topic, is there any discussion?
Should move ahead tonight, and that way, because Chris is doing the job,
Mm-hmm.
he did pass his test.
Okay, get him started. More.
And there's been no other applicants. So how was the job advertised? The
Well,
position?
it's within anyway, so it's not like we're,
Okay,
It's internal, so it was posted at each job location.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
clerks, so each one, clerk, water, street.
or were they
sewer.
required length of time?
yes,
Yeah.
more than the length.
Okay,
And I'd say he was well, he was in the top 3. I don't know where he actually placed.
That'd be same thing as a bid.
Pardon?
A bid for
Not-
that job, the employee bid on that job.
Those that want, yeah, if they want to. He's the only one. Nobody else has indicated they want to work at the wastewater treatment plant. So it's strictly an internal issue. Any other questions? Because if not, I'll entertain a motion then to approve Chris Osborne as the operator in training, plant operator in training at the wastewater treatment plant.
I'll make a motion.
A motion from trustee Zaid. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from trustee Nagel. Further discussion? Okay, trustee Labar,
aye.
trustee Zaid,
Aye.
trustee Nagel,
Aye.
and the mayor's an aye. We can get going on that. And I also understand that the topic of the monitors in here was talked about. So I guess we'll just look into that and see what it would cost us.
I did reach out and ask some questions about what would be best for us.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I just have to get back to them with what size monitors or TV screens that we're looking at.
Okay.
So if everybody wants to think about that, obviously we can put them on arms if we want to. We can set it up so that it's wireless, so we don't have to have cords running, anything like that.
Who'd operate it? You during the meeting?
And then I also have asked them to provide us with a quote for a new computer for you, because you need one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could run it if you wanted, or
Okay.
we could set up something different. I could run it, but I do have that coming as part of the quote,
Okay.
because you definitely need one, so.
It's a little slow.
Sounds good.
He's older than me. Don't get cheap on me. Okay, joking aside. All right, and I guess there was some discussion about the department heads being required to be here for the second meeting of the month, or actually the regular meeting if everybody's in attendance and there are no issues coming out of the department head meeting. I will, unless there's anything in particular that somebody wants to know about, I'll go ahead and draft up some rules how that would work, so that we make sure everybody is, that the board is fully informed of things before we, say, take off. And that shouldn't take a whole lot. And with that, we'll turn it over to public safety. Trustee Zay.
Tammy, you're up.
I hope you guys received both my emails last week, both the report and the apologies for not being here the next day, but I had no way to contact anybody, even if I could have, to let you know I wouldn't be here. So, I don't have any updates from last week, just, as I put in last week's email, diligently working on trying to get all the rental registration forms out to rental property owners, residential rental property owners by the end of the month, which is a stack this fall. So it's trying to get that done and wrap up end of year stuff. I'll spend probably most of January doing the state's end of year reports. Any questions? Everybody got the email with the report okay and everything in it? Danny was the only one that got back to me and said that he appreciated the information, so
Please
I'll try to
accept it.
keep that up.
Yep.
Thanks.
Cool.
Glenn?
Nothing's changed since my report. We had 40 calls in November, bringing the year up to 302. So we've been busy. 236 Main Street, been keeping us busy. I did talk to Pete, I don't know if you know about Broken Apartments, been going down there a lot. Between false alarms and burnt food and things like that. From, let's see, I'm trying to think, it's about 11 calls we've gone to in November, not including 3 at the beginning of December. I spoke to Baldwin Real Estate Corporation and Jeanette Balcony for about an hour and a half on the phone. They had somebody come down, Action Security, they did come down and replace the smoke heads on the second and third floor, so it seems to help. But as soon as they did it, somebody burned the hot dog, so we went back down here again.
But that's a legitimate call.
That's a legit call, that's not a false alarm, correct. I did mention at the last meeting, I am looking into drafting something up, and I brought it in front of the village board about, see what we can do about a finding system.
Well, before you get too far in it, you might want to check with the county. I think the county.
County has one, but we don't see anything towards that when they find people. And to me, as the fire chief,
Then that's a communication issue, then I would think between the
I
county
don't know
and
how it
here.
works. I don't think we've ever seen money coming from the county with that. And for us, you know, we're the ones getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning,
Understood.
and I don't feel it's right for my members, or even myself getting up. So I asked if I can just look into it, and didn't seem to have any rejections at the last meeting, but I brought it up.
I know that the Episcopal Church over here got a letter from the county.
Yep. And that's
I-
correct, yeah. The
And
county-
actually, it was a legitimate call because somebody was in the head smoking.
Yeah.
Set off the alarm.
And that's the whole thing, you know, some of them legit.
Although they didn't know that.
But I wanted to draft up something, say there's nothing saying that we can't have one
Mhm.
in the village. So I'm gonna be looking at what I put up between fire codes and all that stuff inside, can get with that. Besides that, the new cancer bill insurance coverage, I spent almost 6 hours down at the truck house on Saturday. Got the count, we have 14 members right now that I sent in to Dan, and he got the quote and everything, and I signed off, and it goes from there.
Okay.
Next year will probably change with guys either getting off the list or getting added on. I got 2 or 3 that have 4 years in now. Next year there'll be 5.
That's for interior, right?
That's for interior guys, you know, there's guys that, it's not 5 years straight,
Mhm.
it has to be 5 years, fit test, physical. So I was going through files left and right, and, you know, came up with 14. And basically a lot of those 14 guys are still the same guys that's doing interior stuff now.
Mhm. Okay.
That's it. 5 Adventure Awards were on November 4th, they went well. And I sent around pictures of the new chassis to keep you guys updated, so. Oh, it's right there, so if you wanna take a look more at it.
Okay. Right there in front of me all week.
That's it. If somebody has any questions on it.
Did you get numbered for Nikon or something?
No,
We're
I
talking
didn't
about
get it
maybe-
to you.
No,
Okay, I know we were talking about that maybe to make sure we're not doing like for that billing for the false alarms, make sure
Oh.
we're not, because they're already getting billed by the county, make sure we're not in
Mhm.
violation of something.
But
Yes,
it is interesting if somebody else is collecting
Right.
money for what our guys are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're not seeing any of it.
Yeah. You?
as soon as I get that, I'll contact them, that's why I'm
Yeah.
just looking into it.
Appreciate that, thank you.
Are you ambulance
I am,
in disguise?
I am. Floyd had submitted a report on Larry's behalf earlier in the month. Nothing's really changed. Beginning of the month, myself, trustee Zay, mayor, Vogt had sat down, we discussed some issues. And I know that the mayor had emailed everyone, and I guess we're just looking for an answer hopefully tonight to start that January 1st, if possible.
On the hard billing you're talking about?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
To me, it makes sense, I mean, because you still have a committee that looks at you know, if somebody's in financial straits, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we're not gonna take their house away. We're not gonna be Scrooge.
You're looking at me for some reason.
You said you were Scrooge.
Yeah, I know, I am Grinch.
So, like I say, it's, you know, there's ways around it, you know, if you know somebody's on hard times. You know, so it's hard billing, but it's still got its way out, you know, its way out.
Yeah. Hard billing with a soft edge.
Right. So I don't really have a problem with it.
Anyone else have any comments?
I think there was also one in there for the MVAs,
Yeah, we talked about that with the sign-offs,
the sign up.
because that gets billed straight to the insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, the county and everybody's already doing that.
Correct. All we're doing is following suit with all the other agencies.
Well.
That's all we're.
No reason why we shouldn't. But we'll have to vote on that. I guess the first item is about whether or not we want to go to the hard selling. Do I have a, or hard billing? Do I have a motion to that effect? Yeah. Trustee Nagel moves that we go to hard billing. Second?
Second.
Second from trustee Zay. Discussion? Not hearing any. Trustee Labar.
Aye.
Trustee Zay.
Aye.
Trustee Nagel.
Aye.
Mayor's an aye. Thank you. And the other one is on the MVA sign-offs.
Where we bill the insurance company.
Mhm.
The
Yep.
patient themselves would not receive a bill, the insurance company would. If the insurance company denies it, that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Make a motion.
A motion from trustee Zay. And do I have a second?
Second.
Second from trustee Labar. Discussion. Trustee Nagel.
Aye.
Trustee Zay.
Aye.
Trustee Labar.
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Oh, that's it, thanks.
Skip?
That's it.
Okay. Chief?
No, like today, I was on a car, I sent a email with a history lesson, basically explaining to the sales manager our difficulties over the last, actually I guess it probably backs up to 8 years ago, and difficulties with processing and keeping up with the car purchases. Seeing if he'd find any pity for us. He hasn't responded yet, so we'll see what he does, if he feels he can help us out or not.
What's the issue at this point?
I asked when we could expect a delivery time, and he said due to all the cars they received prior to the holidays, they are processing them. It'd be about 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Where are these cars?
New Jersey.
That's what I thought.
He's the only, I mean, that
Probably
company.
a lot of about $5,000.
I can't think of what they have here, but they're, you know, they're the sole bidders on these cars, and they seem to be the sole bidders from stem to stern, at least in New York. Ogden, PD, and other ones I looked at, they're the only company that bid on them. So I don't know if that's because they have that great a price, or just no one else cares to get involved in those fleet purchases, or I'm not sure what, but they got a bunch of them. So I'm sure they do have a lot of cars on the lot.
Now, what's the sheriff's department paying?
We're not paying anywhere near what the COE, according to Matt Burgess.
Mhm.
He says we're not paying anywhere near that. He says like almost $10,000 less.
Yeah, that's what I
That's what
heard.
our mini bid comes in at.
For the same car?
Yeah, for the
From
Ford
them?
Explorer. I don't know, were you doing the Interceptor?
Yeah.
Because that's
Utility.
a little difference with a twin turbo
Mm-hmm.
Interceptor, but it's still, I think we
You
paid,
can look up right there right now and see what the other departments are all. I think we were $700 more than one and $700 less than another.
yeah, but we never go to New Jersey. Well, the sheriff's office doesn't go to New Jersey. I don't know how he does his mini bid. I can check with him and see how to do it. You know, it just seems like our price is pretty high.
Yeah, that's, 1,000 or 2 would be one thing, but
Right.
it's almost 10,000.
They may have gotten more bidders, and we only had one company bid,
Mhm.
so we didn't have anyone to choose from, just the one.
Well, I just think it's weird we're paying like a lot, what seems like a lot more than what the county pays,
Yeah.
and then you can't even get them. You know, it's like, you know, not only are we paying more, but then we're not getting them
Not getting
delivered either.
Mhm.
You know, it's, he's saying 4 or 6 more weeks. I think our whole process will be quicker at the sheriff's office than that. So I'll check with Matt on back.
If you would, please.
And see what the deal is. He's the one that does it.
Piggyback.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming they use the same marketplace, state marketplace that we did.
I don't know how he does it.
Oh.
I don't know anything about it.
You
I just know when
you
I
just drive
told
them.
him, we got talking about, the purchase price down here, and he's like, wow, that's way more than what we've ever paid.
And then I think if there's a clause in there saying that other places can piggyback, then we can. If there's not, I don't think you can. Right? Is that right, guys?
But if he's doing the mini bid, it wouldn't,
It wouldn't
mini
have
bid's
that.
for everybody.
It doesn't.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'll just have to check with him. Like I say, I know when I said we're going to Jersey, he's like, why are you going way down there? It's, I know the very first year, 2014, I ended up going to Mamaroneck down by New York City, but we've never gone. I actually picked those ones up.
Uh-huh.
That was a pain, but yeah, I'll just check with him tomorrow and see
Okay.
what he can tell me what we did. I don't know.
The last couple we've had at least 2 people each time bid on them. Van Bortle did one, I can't remember who did the other one.
Yeah, a lot of times I know we've had DeLacy Ford.
We used to have
in Erie
release all the
County.
time, and they haven't been involved in the last probably 4 or 5 cars.
Genesee won't bid on them?
I don't know. It's weird.
There's a ton of cars down there.
We did.
Were you doing the ready for upfit agate?
The what?
Or it's ready for upfit or whatever they call it? Can't
We
think
had-
what you call it.
We had some things taken out of it because we didn't need it.
Right.
We had 1075, the equipment installer, go down through the specs and
Mhm.
say, show us what we don't need to pay for. So he sent us a list of what didn't need to be on there.
Right, because a lot of that'll be a little funny because we have the county does all our installs on the
Mhm.
highway.
Yeah.
So
They took a bunch of stuff off.
yeah, I'll talk to him
Couple
more tomorrow
$1,000
about it.
of stuff off.
He can give me
Yeah.
a hint.
Yeah.
Maybe have him reach out to you if we can figure something out. And I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not involved with ordering
Yeah, or send us
cars.
a copy to,
Right.
what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Chief?
No.
And then PT test is tomorrow. And the one person she's not taking that, right? She's got like a temporary.
Yep.
And then what's the plan after that for us?
Well, I guess first wait and see if any of the, who takes it tomorrow and passes it. And then, if there's a passing, then it's just a matter of confirming that the list, and I think the list is in better shape now than it was based on some information I got today. Because some other people did not pass. There was a couple difficulties with how many people may show up on it. And I alleviated that, so I knew that we would have the folks that we needed on there. And as of today, I heard that there's been other people eliminated from the list because they couldn't pass the PT test. So now we should be, based on what I already knew, we should be in better shape,
Right.
assuming our candidate passes.
Passes.
well. So then if that's the case, and it is what it looks, then I would suggest that, once I know that, then we can ask for the list. And whether you want to wait till February to ask for the list, or you want to ask for the list now and make the appointment in February, it's up to you guys.
My fear for the village is that I know there's several openings around the county. The sheriff's office has 3.
Mm-hmm.
Geneseo has 1. I'm afraid the longer we wait, we're gonna be in the 85s. Sheriff's office is already planning to be there. We're gonna interview all the 85s.
Right.
I would hate to see us with a guy who's trained
Mm-hmm.
have another agency come in.
And take them away.
It's a funny seat for me to sit in for that, but I know we're gonna hit the 85s. I know we're gonna be in there. That's the reason they're getting the PT test now, is we asked for them to do it. Because the 90s are getting whittled away. Especially if you ask for a village list, they gotta be in the top. As long as they pass.
Yeah, if he passed it, he would have been in the top, and then with the information I got today, it eliminated at least one more.
Yeah, I knew there was one that didn't pass when they did the 90s.
Right.
So
we should be in a better position. So my theory was, I'm not sure how soon they will tell me that he's done. I figured I'd call her Thursday and find out. I would hope on Thursday they can tell me, yes, he passed it. And then at our 2 o'clock meeting on Thursday, I was gonna let the mayor know what I learned, if anything, and then.
Okay.
yeah, I would think for the village we should sooner
Go ahead
rather than later.
Plan on the February
That's-
meeting.
That's all, what I'm saying. It's
Sooner is better than later. Sounds like
I would at least
The plan.
get the list ordered and and see where we're at and make sure we're good. Because, like I say, I know the chief in Geneseo has openings, and I know Mount Morris has at least 1, if not 2. So it's just the whole county's gonna be in those 85s, not just the village.
Right.
So if they can find a guy who's got already a certified police officer in there, they're gonna become hot commodities.
All right, so you'll let me know on Thursday?
Yeah, I'll let you know whatever I can find out Thursday morning. I'm gonna
Okay.
be going through Geneseo Thursday morning for a Chiefs meeting up near Batavia, so on my way back through, I'm gonna stop and see if they can
Give you the
tell
information.
me, at least, even if they don't put it in writing, at least they should be able to tell me,
So
yes, you
he'll
passed
get
or
a
not.
hot freeze of those.
And then I can let you know at 2, and if that's the case, then we should turn right around and
Do it.
ask for a list for closing on Thursday, Friday morning.
Okay,
That's the plan, hey.
okay. Anything else there?
The only other thing is, I know somebody was coming to measure for vests, right? Because we had the money in the budget for that. We looked into that bulletproof vest grant,
Yes.
where you get reimbursed half of it back. I think you get half back or something, right?
Yeah, we've got the, I don't know, Shannon looked up on the internet varying degrees while he was off with his illness. And so we've got paperwork downstairs, the measuring got done, and the quote came in yesterday, I think it was. So now it's a matter of just going down through and trying to, what the deadlines are, and trying to put them in the right order. If we can put them in the right order to try to maximize the 2 potential grants. If we can, use both from the feds and the state. Or if we're gonna be stuck with one or the other. In the perfect world, it'd be nice to be able to use them both. But
That's all I got.
Okay. All right, we'll move down to budget, finance, and audit, and trustee Rittenhouse is absent this evening. Excused absence. And, okay, so, nothing under the, right, yeah.
See you later. Thanks for stopping
Thanks
by.
for coming.
Nothing under the wastewater treatment plant capital project. We shouldn't have any more under that, should we? We might as
So
well,
that account is closed,
so,
so we can delete that.
delete that altogether, yeah.
I forgot to remind you.
Now, is the home grant considered part of the, community development block grant?
No, they're separate.
That's what I thought. So that one,
The community development block grant you wanna leave on there because that's the rental rehab now,
yeah,
is what that's gonna be under.
okay.
And then everyone has the proposal from Rich Cunningham.
Everybody had a chance to look at that, yeah. It
It's
should be in your email. I know
email.
trustee Labar saw it.
I have not had a chance to.
Obviously, I know
I
that's
was out
not the
of
time,
town.
it's not the time to discuss that right now, but.
Yeah, well, just take a look at it, and we can, after the holidays, we'll talk about
I
it.
just got back in town this afternoon.
Yeah. Okay, under the home grant, we do have an item, and I'm adding it to the agenda at this point. It is not computed in, correct, into the numbers? Well, it doesn't have to be
Right,
because
it just, it didn't make the agenda.
didn't
that's
make
all.
the agenda, okay. It's, I've got it here, and I'll pass it around for everybody else to pass, but it's, a Toma Development Consultants, and it's a home grant and program delivery services. And let's see, I guess that's all it is, isn't it?
Yeah, just the
Administration.
voucher and then the invoice.
Anyway, it comes to $8,550, again, it's for Toma Consultants. And so I will go ahead and entertain a motion to approve that one separate from everything else.
So moved, approved.
And then a motion from trustee Labar, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Nagel seconds the motion, discussion? Okay, trustee Nagel?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Labar?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye. Okay, so we take care of that, and folks could just initial off on that before the evening is out. The next item are the bills. We have the general. We paid checks $17,384 through $17,389 for a total of $24,084.02. And we audited checks in the amount of $212,431.30. Under the water fund, we paid checks $1,642 through $1,645 for a total of $24,469.43. And we audited checks in the amount of $52,134.86. Under the sewer fund, we paid checks 1,435 through 1,439 for $25,310.57, and we audited checks in the amount of $39,095.30. Can I have a motion to accept the billings? Motion from trustee Nagel. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from trustee Zay. Discussion? Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye. Under ban and bond payments, we have two items. One due first of, is that really, those dates correct?
Yes.
19, 18 or 19?
Whoops, nope, they're not.
I just noticed that. Okay, we'll change that first one to the 1st of January 2019 for EFC M&T Bank for water plant, $350,000 principal and $20,199.32 in interest. I also have, the next one is, that should be the 19th as well. And the date is correct, the 11th?
Yes.
Okay. That's for the USDA Rural Development grant that we got, or not grant, but loan for the hook and ladder truck, $1,662.50 interest. Okay, do I have a motion to approve these payments?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from trustee Zay, second?
Second.
Second from trustee Labar. Discussion? Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Labar?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye. Last but not least, under MedX, billing account payments, Livingston County EMS, $6,975. Patient reimbursement, $93.82. MedX invoice 2018-12, $1,950. And Village of Dansville payment, $8,403.59. And Dansville ambulance payment, $10,275.06. Do I have a motion to approve these payments?
So moved.
Have a motion from trustee Labar, a second?
I'll second.
Second from trustee Nagel. Discussion? Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Labar?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye. Motion carries unanimously. Public Works. I already mentioned that up above. I'm just going to hold off on that item until I got some more clarity. I am supposed to call Senator Young's office tomorrow concerning that $200,000 and see how all of that works out. Water and sewer, trustee Nagel.
Okay. I got with Scott this week and some of the things that he wanted to bring up, to the attention of the board, and one of them was the camera ownership. He's possibly sharing with Whalen, and we'd like to try and buy ourselves if we could. He's got a figure of between $65,000 and $70,000 for it. And that was just brought up for discussion. He's still got to look up for some different bids or different prices at it. And then Scott, of course Scott's here if anybody's got any questions for it between these, okay? And some other things here. We do have the 1994 dump truck and the old black work truck that's up at the water plant. That should be sold. Both of them should be sold. We need to discuss that, or?
Well, we have it down under new business to discuss the declaring it surplus, so we can, when we get to that part there, I guess we could further discuss it.
And then we have, this is something probably we talked about, but Chris Osborne passed his civil service exam for the labor grade 12 trainee. And he's putting in here, Scott's putting in there, should vote tonight to move Chris from, which we've already done this, to water treatment plant training to be active December 26th. Maybe active on that, so that would be, we've already taken care of that. So, and along the same lines as that has got Nick Castorellis, has his license now, and we need to vote to move him from labor grade 12 to labor grade 13, which would be active tomorrow. That would bring Nick from 2695 to 2792 $0.97 per hour increase in his pay. Any discussion on that, I guess, whatever.
Wanna make that a motion now
I think so.
on Nick? Because we've already done, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, so I assume you're making the motion
Yeah, I'll make
then?
the motion.
Motion from trustee Nagel to approve, Nick Costarellis, from, what was the, goes from a trainee to the,
He grew up from labor
operator.
grade 12 to labor grade 13.
Yeah, 12 to 13.
Yep.
Okay. Second?
I'll say,
Second from trustee Zay. Discussion. Okay. Not hearing any. Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
aye,
Trustee Nagel?
Yeah.
And the mayor is an aye. Thank you.
And last, I think this is last week, we received the last of the 2 pickup trucks. Remember, we ordered 2 pickup trucks all back. One was 3/4 ton, one was a 1 ton.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the last one to this the other day, down at Wentworth Motors. They both need to have plows installed on them. We do have a price to have them installed. Scott looked it up and he got $7,300 per plow. And I personally think that should be, we should vote on that tonight and have them put on, installed, so we can put these trucks in use, especially the 1 ton for around these buildings like this, or stuff like that. That's my own opinion on that, but that needs to be brought up to a vote probably to have them plows installed on them pickup trucks.
Okay, well, I'll entertain a motion to have
pay
effect.
your budget. I'll pretend I'm Dan.
I'll find it.
What would be the typical cost on something like that?
That is a different cost. I mean, there's
I didn't hear.
7,300.
7,300, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
You can't,
that's no
we
problem.
don't have anything on hand right, in our own, we don't have anything in our inventory right now that can be used?
No, the one that's actually on Bob's truck is shot.
Okay.
So, basically, he'll get the truck that's down the shop.
Mhm.
So that goes that plow that we had. So that way it'll give us the 2 here. We'll actually end up with the same amount of plows when we're all said and done. But,
Okay.
we don't have any put on, unfortunately.
Any, did I get a second on that?
I don't think you did.
Probably not.
Did
No second.
anybody make the motion?
Yeah, you did.
I'll second.
You didn't hear yourself?
Do we need to get bids on that?
I got bids.
We have bids.
That's the lowest one, 72.
Yeah.
98, I think, so it's 7,300.
Do we have copies of the bids?
Not, I can get them for you, I don't have them with me.
It's something I need to,
I always I'll put the copies in, when we do the bills, so it's attached together. It's pretty competitive pricing on those things, there's not a whole lot of, like $50 a part. The guy that actually right now, Dave Kerr, was cheaper, and he's right here local, so it's nice.
Okay.
That way if you have a breakdown, whatever, he's stocking parts and everything.
He's still down on 63, isn't he?
Yeah, he just buzzed down there, and
Yeah.
I've heard good things about
Oh,
his
he does
service.
good work.
Yeah.
and see him right on top of the hill and go by the new plows he's got up there.
Yeah, we used him a lot when he was at Jimmy's. He did a lot of our work on cars.
Mm.
Does
Good,
a good job. Yep.
just nice to be local,
Yeah, yeah, young guy.
For $50, I don't wanna drive to the city to get some
Mhm.
fixed, it's just not worth it.
Norm, did you second the motion?
I did.
Okay. I have first and second, any further discussion on the plows? Okay, Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Nagel?
Hi,
And the mayor's an aye. Thank you. Anything else, Mike?
and that should just about do, no, that's all we got for,
The only question I've got is on the camera. You've talked with Whalen about it. Did they approach us? We approached them.
Kind of both. They're actually gonna demo that camera that we had here,
Uh-huh.
demoed, I think, the 1st of January. And I talked to Emily, and actually she called today,
Yeah, I talked to her today too.
right, and I forgot to ask her, she was gonna check into that and see if there was a shared service grant for that. She thought there might be
Mhm.
through the DEC.
I'd also like to see what kind of a document would be if there's any kind of a sample document for sharing something like that. You know, that's a highly technical piece of equipment.
That's why I'd rather.
It's
own-
fairly,
Right.
it's fairly rough, but if we're gonna have an intermunicipal agreement with somebody on it,
Yeah.
then we need to have a good document that protects us as well as serves us, so it's,
I like to see us own it ourselves for, if we.
well, I
can
would too,
specify, yeah.
but, you know,
You know.
there's some other issues right now I think we need to be mindful of before we get buying too much. So,
What's it to rent it, you can a day? Was a lot.
Well, when I
I
have
wonder
the
something.
sewer specialist, you know, it's 3,200 a day. Yeah, we had backup right out here on, was it Saturday morning? Saturday morning. VFW was all plugged
Yeah, I
up.
heard about it.
And, you know, we needed a camera that day, but you just can't call and get one,
Mhm.
you know? So we screwed around half the morning, finally figured it out. But with a camera, we would have figured it out a lot better. You know, we spent, I can't tell you how many hours up in Crestwood Circle. Same deal up there, you know. The village needs one, you know, sooner or later we'll get one. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind sharing with Wayland. They wouldn't use it that much. But I can tell you, like, you know, Dan was saying maybe 50-50 with them. I don't think they're gonna go 50-50. I mean, if we could get a grant, absolutely. You know, I'm all for that. If we can get a grant and both of us share it, fine.
Right.
you know,
So I think we should go down that road and make sure that, you know, we can't get it and we'll.
Yeah. I'm just concerned about any kind of an agreement. We don't, I say, share it 50-50. Well, there's a lot of details to that
Oh,
you gotta be
yeah,
careful
sure
of.
is. Especially with the camera.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You
just
drop it and there's a lot of, you know, the camera itself.
a lot of expense.
20,000 just for the camera.
Yeah.
You drop it on snows, there's.
I don't mind paying for something well, I do mind, but I can swallow it a lot easier if we know for sure who busted something as opposed to all of a sudden one day it doesn't work.
Then you get into who has it, you know.
Mhm.
It's like we needed it Saturday morning, right now we gotta go to Wayland to get it, or, you know, I mean, there's always the what ifs and.
What happens if we buy it, but then Wayland wants to use it, cause they know we have it, and we're not using it? How's that work? Cause we own it, you know what I'm saying? It's, if we bought it ourselves,
You gotta protect yourself.
but you know your neighbor needs to borrow it. Can you rent to another municipality?
Yeah.
Can you do
Just have
that?
to have an agreement.
You know, that's.
That would be
maybe
the way to do it, and have our personnel.
Have
actually
your,
run it.
have your operator go run it,
Mhm.
so that way,
Or-
I mean, you're not gonna whack them $3,200 a day,
No.
but you're,
No. And they would be all over that.
taking care of us and them at the same time.
Not even
Might
just-
be the better way to do it.
I
in the
mean,
long
more
run.
economical use of it.
You
Yeah.
can get your money back
Not
slowly
even,
through that.
not even just Whalen, you know, whoever.
Right, that way you're, cause I know you got a lot of guys lying around doing nothing, I mean,
That wasn't funny.
send them to Wayland.
Okay, all right, well, moving on to streets, trustee Labar.
I'm not sure where we're at on surveys. I don't think we're doing anything, are we?
Surveys as far as like the.
Municipal parking lot.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, well,
There's a pre-existing one, one's been done already, I know, but,
right, we have, that survey over there is pretty good. This one, we don't have.
yeah.
I mean, Bruce said he would do that. I told him I should, we really need a price, I'd rather have
Need to
you
get a
guys
price.
say. Yeah, cause.
Yeah.
Just
I would say we
and
need-
He's always treated as fair, but
yeah,
that could, I don't know how much work that's gonna take out there.
there's a lot of parcels out there.
Yeah, I know, so,
As well as this roadway over on the side, who owns that? Is that part of Fritz's or is that public?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we need to know that before,
I'm not, yeah, the alleyway out there, I don't know, I think that's Fritz's, but I'm not sure.
yeah, this one's ours over here, but.
Right.
Well, we ought
And I
to,
haven't heard from John either on, you know, this parking lot, on that agreement that he was preparing for us. I called over there a couple times, but he was out. And
That's
other than
not,
to get a hold of.
that goes from Austin Street over to Clara Barton. It's not actually a street goes through there, or?
It's not a name street, no. And we don't own all of it. I mean, we take a chunk out of Napa's property over there where it curves around. And I think they're stuck into us a couple spots. It's sort of a weird thing. It's the old laundromat that was back there, that's our property, but then you go that direction, east, and you're running into the backs of Grand Manor Suite and Coffee Cup and all of them. And I think some of that may belong to the bank as well.
Yeah. Charlie, did they ever talk about a one-way out here? You know, there's a lot of traffic that cuts through there every day.
Oh, it does.
When I'm plowing
And it's
snow
not
out there,
slow traffic
they're just
either.
coming from every direction out there. It's really dangerous. Very dangerous.
Coming out of DMV is.
They just use it as a street. Anybody that's out
The
here,
one
Right,
that can't
cuts
go the
through.
one way out there, they come up here and cut across.
Because they want to skip the traffic lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Washington Street.
I don't think there's a lot of accidents out there. It's really surprising.
There is.
There isn't.
I think most people pay attention and ride defensively back there.
That's why we can't repave it. Slow them down a little.
Well, should we move forward and set up a meeting with Bruce and just have a discussion similar to what we were talking about?
Yeah,
now?
get an idea of what it would run us. I mean,
Guy asked me, yeah, he's supposed to be getting me a price.
we should be able to get a hold of, some text maps or
Yeah, no, I
something,
don't
just
think
give an
it's that
idea.
hard for him to, it's just a matter of going out and putting pins in,
Mhm.
nails or whatever he's
Yeah.
gonna put in. That's where the money will be, the surveying part of it.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm thinking probably Bruce, probably $1,000.
Yeah.
But that's just
That'd be a
off
good,
the cuff.
that'd be a good price.
That'd be a good deal.
That'd be a good deal. I'd take.
We'll see how far off.
That'd be a good deal.
Yeah.
$1,000.
It's not the way it goes for the real estate agents.
Village lot is 550 to 600. That's a standard village lot.
Okay. Anything else on streets at this point? Okay.
Did we hear back from the town in regards to the lot over here?
I have not heard a thing.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Have you talked to him about it at all?
That's, we're waiting for John to
Yeah.
give us that proposal. And then we'll give a copy to Denny and hopefully
Okay.
get something worked out.
Yeah.
Move forward on in the spring and get it repaired.
All right. Parks and Recreation, Trustee Nagel?
Guess we're just doing the statue. That's the only thing I have on here. The Claire Barton Statue Committee update.
That's really the only thing. I got a letter here from Barry Haywood the other day concerning that. He has talked with Chris Geiselman to some extent on the previous effort about having a statue. And he shared, Chris shared his folder and everything, and has a lot of information that will preclude the new committee having to track down, make it a lot easier for them. Barry is looking at sometime after Christmas, probably in the middle of January, before he moves forward. Obviously, this time of year is a little hectic and people are on vacations and everything. So we've got our committee right now consists of Bill Bacon, Greg Hoare, John Shea, Chris Geiselman, Jenny Liuzzi. I'm the ex officio member. Barry Haywood himself, Leo Marks, and Tom Wow. So it's a pretty good committee.
Pretty good committee.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So move on that one, and unless you got something, Mike, I guess that's it
Got a
for.
whole lot going on in the parks this time of year.
Well, if you ever get any snow, they might do some sliding over there at
Our
Babcock.
park out here looks beautiful with the trees and lit up. And, that's about it for Parks and Rec, I guess.
All right, then just move down to technology. We got any, have we submitted the stuff yet to the
Nope.
general code?
Our new deadline is this Friday, the
Okay.
21st.
Okay. And there's really no movement right at this point on the Historic Walking Tour app. It's done. We're still waiting for Apple development to get back to us that they've processed our application and we're good to go. It's a convoluted multi-authentication system they have. If you have an Android, you don't have to do anything. Apple, you practically have to give away your first, second, and last child. So, anyway, I'm sure it's in our best interest, but it just gets to be a little frustrating after a while. Alrighty, moving then, and if there's nothing more under technology or energy, we'll move down to unfinished business, of which there is none, so we'll go to new business.
Budget modification.
Excuse me, yes, we missed. Thank you. You do have the list, or should have a list of budget modifications, along with another list, I think, that probably has the, all of our surplus monies.
That was the updated fund balance.
Yep.
spreadsheet.
As long as, as well as the reserve funds, but anyway. Does anybody need to go over them? They're on the yellow sheets. I see everybody has their yellow sheets, so you can't miss them. No. It's that time of the year we start moving a lot of stuff around. And if there are no questions, concerns, I'll entertain a motion to approve the modifications.
So moved.
A motion from trustee Labar, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from trustee Nagel, discussion?
How often do you modify these budget modifications?
Once a month,
Once a month?
if there are any, if not, we don't always have them, but as you go further into the year, you get more of them. Because some accounts use up more money faster than others.
I think it's the first time I've seen yellow papers.
The yellow is now. Next month will be blue.
I know. Have a little fun with it.
Surplus paper.
Old.
Well, actually, sort of is surplus.
Always trying to save.
Get your attention.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Not hearing any? No? Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Labar?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye. And with that, have I missed anything else? Thank you for catching that. Then we'll move on to new business. Discuss and vote on declaring the 1994 Ford dump truck a surplus so that we can get rid of it.
And the black pickup.
Is that on there too?
It's not, we didn't,
But we can add that
we
in.
might as well, yeah, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Take care of
It's
both.
gotta go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. Take care of
Pretty
both.
bad.
Yeah, that's,
Pretty ugly.
I just do not see that anymore around here.
Anything else we got around here you wanna put in there?
I do have one other item now, if you wanna bring that up. Like, every time I go out in the barn, I look at it. We have a box off of one of the trucks that we bought way back in the day. It's
Mhm.
like a regular,
Toolbox?
no, it's not a toolbox, just a regular
Or regular dump
box.
box? Okay.
No, it's just a pickup box.
Pickup.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, I don't know what they're worth, probably,
500.
I don't know, it's worth probably more than
Oh,
that.
is
It's
it?
closer to 1,000.
Say, what year is it?
12, I think, it's up at 12.
That's
So
not that
we gotta
old.
get it, rid of it, just, I mean, I don't see that we're gonna take one of our toolboxes off and put that back on. I mean, if we get rid of one of the trucks, probably worth more, the box is gonna be rusted on that truck, by the time the truck's rusted, it's all gonna go together. I mean, to have $1,000 hanging in a barn's kind of foolish. But I would have to try to get some bids somehow, I don't know how we would actually do that. I mean, that's a-
Well, we can declare it surplus tonight, and then you can go get the bids and whatever.
We could advertise for bids, and then
Yeah.
I could, see if I could find a couple of the junkyards that like those boxes. Cause I mean, it's a brand new box, you know,
Mhm.
if we can get 1,000 or more, we might as well have 1,000 in our coffers instead of hanging down there in the barn.
Is that a dually?
Dually,
Was it?
dually box, yeah,
Wow.
red dually box.
Well, then I would entertain a motion to declare the Ford dump, see the other one, a Chevy?
Yeah, it's a 2002 Chevy 3/4 ton pickup.
Okay, and the dually
Dually
box
pickup
for,
box.
yeah.
8-foot pickup box.
Okay. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from trustee Zay, second.
I'll second.
Second from trustee Nagel. Discussion? Trustee Labar?
Pete,
Oh,
just quick, what would you guys like to see? Advertise everything in the paper maybe? All free? Just
Yeah.
so that way,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we might,
And the
Have it
sealed
clear.
bids, that how you work it?
Yeah, it would have to be.
We did this with a fire truck, didn't we? We had to look.
I took the fire truck to auction. If we take them to auction, then basically you're getting bids, but
Mhm.
Oh, and then
But-
we waited for the person to pick it up.
like the old dump truck, you know, it's gonna be a scrappy buying it.
I see.
It's just shot, and it's sits down carpenter, so.
Yeah, but you still gotta give
So, yeah,
everybody a
probably-
chance.
Probably would have to be sealed
Mhm.
bids, with like a bid opening, probably, or,
So why don't we just do it, we'll have them open at the next meeting, I
Yeah.
guess?
Yeah.
or, well, we can do it, we don't have to do it at a board meeting.
Okay,
You
we'll
do
declare
that.
those surplus and put them out for bid, an advertisement. I get a
Won't be
motion?
enough to buy the camera with.
No, probably not. Like, it's a nice,
In the trailer though.
Yeah.
it's a nice thought, but probably not.
Save your money, save your pennies.
So I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from
Yeah.
trustee,
Oh, you
Nagel.
got
I
that?
think we did it.
Zay, the second was Nagel.
okay. We added on to it.
Then we discussed.
Okay. Now we'll go for a vote. Trustee Labar,
Aye.
trustee Zay,
Aye.
trustee Nagel,
Aye.
and mayor's and I. Thank you very much. The next item is discuss and vote on a housing rehab grant for Rochelle Gonzalez on Quay Street. What was that amount for?
Oh, this
Is
is
this
just to
approved?
approve her application.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's probably, the total project is somewhere around 20,000.
yeah, application.
I saw the estimate for the work that was being requested.
Oh, yeah.
The estimate was $38,000.
Oh, I probably have it here.
$38,988.
Okay.
I was gonna bring it up as an observation. Previously, when I've seen these types of requests, it falls in the $20,000 to $25,000 range, and this one definitely caught my eye.
Yeah, definitely.
And it has,
There's no limit to what they can apply for, or how much work can be done, or,
Correct.
okay.
Correct. There's a lot of regulations and requirements that are followed, so things they can and can't do. But if Harold Peck said, you know, these are the things that are required to be done in order to receive the grant money, because they also can't do too little and leave them still in poor condition or whatever. As long as he signs off on it and it's all under the grant regulations, then yeah, they can do as much as they need.
Significantly higher than what I have personally seen in the past.
It is.
it is one of the highest
Maybe
we've
our
had.
highest.
Okay.
Must
Yeah.
need it.
Yep, sounds like it. Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
A motion from trustee Zay, a second?
I'll second.
Second from trustee Nagel. Further discussion? Okay,
Could we see an estimate on what that work entails?
we can get a copy probably.
Yeah, we'll get all the copies in here
Yeah.
probably within the next week or so.
I'm not saying hold off on the vote, I'm just saying I'd be interested to see what it is,
Yeah.
that's all.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep, that's all. Okay, trustee Labar,
Aye.
trustee Zay,
Aye.
trustee Nagel,
Aye.
the mayor's and I. Okay, assuming there's nothing to add to the action item list. So, community comments. None from the newspaper. Welcome back. Where you been?
Working.
Working?
My other job. Late nights.
Okay. I would, since Mr. Miller has no comments, questions, I would entertain going into an executive session. It should be very brief. I just want to confirm something that I believe was discussed last week. And
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session.
unless there's something else that needs to be discussed in open session, of course. Okay, we have a motion from trustee Zay to go into executive session for the
I'll
purpose
second it.
of discussing a work history issue. And we have a second from
Yes.
trustee Nagel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And Chief, could you hang around a little bit outside and after you get done discussing it? Okay, thank you.
See you, Scott.
Yep, everybody have a nice evening.
Night. Night.
Most of you, I guess I'll see. If I don't see you or Jeff, have a Merry Christmas.
All right.
Yeah, Merry
You too.
And a Happy New Year, of course.
Remember, the ages have changed. Protect you.
Where you working nights now?
Well, the medical shuttle still, but.
Oh, okay.